Welcome to another edition of Where to Play Golf Eco Style. I'm Michael Stewart, America's #1 golf course writer, joined by our Where to Play Golf travel correspondent, Timothy Bona.
Living the dream in the low country of Carolina.
We are at the beautiful Kiawah Island Resort in South Carolina, one of the iconic resorts in the world.
Specifically at the sanctuary on the Grand Lawn.
The Grand Lawn.
Relaxing,
That's
Southern
right.
style.
So come along with Tim and I and enjoy America's lifelong pastime, Eco Style. Welcome back to Where to Play Golf. I'm Michael Stewart, America's #1 golf course writer, joined to my right by Timothy Bona, our Where to Play Golf traveling correspondent, and we are at the beautiful Grand Lawn of the sanctuary at the beautiful Kiawah Island Resort. And joining us is the Roger Warren, the past president of the PGA of America and president of Kiawah Island Resorts. Roger, welcome to Where to Play Golf.
Good to see
Great
you
to have
guys
you.
again and talk to you again. Glad you're here in the beautiful paradise known as
Roger,
Kiawah Island.
the uniqueness of this place. When you left the Midwest, you meteoric rise in the PGA as an apprentice. 14 years later, you're president. Why Kiawah Island?
Well, it was an opportunity at that time in my life when I was secretary of the PGA going into vice president to move from managing one golf course to 5. I came here as the director of golf in 2003, and then in 2005 I was promoted to president of the resort. So I went from not just being a guy responsible for 5 golf courses, but being responsible for this 255-room hotel, 500 villas and homes that we manage, 12 restaurants. I just had the opportunity to grow professionally. I look forward to it, and it's been a great, great experience.
And you've got a whole community here. How many homes down here?
Hundreds of homes, and they're not done. We're still building. We're an island that's still developing, and we have 1,500 employees at the resort. So we have a small community here that is really growing fast, and it's a lot of fun to be here because there's so many activities involved in it.
Now I must tell our viewers to
Now, what do you got going on there, buddy?
yeah, this is don't adjust your TV sets. It is mud on my face, and I did it in honor of you. We were out this morning on a dolphin tour, and since you've got so many eco-friendly things to do here, we're on a dolphin tour and a kayak tour, and this mud, Kristen, our guide, said it was very good for the skin. So
Fluff mud.
I put it.
It's
Is that what you
fluff
call
mud,
it?
and it's really the joke we play on everybody
Yes.
who comes here for the first time is go ahead and put this on your face. It's going to make you feel good because it really has no impact at all, and most of us stay away from it. So,
Oh,
but
well.
it looks good on you.
Looks good on me? Okay. Well, I did it in
man.
your honor. But you do have amazing eco-friendly activities down here. Besides where were you at Mingo Point? Some great things to do.
Kayaking, the dolphin
Oh,
quest.
the dolphins. We saw a dozen dolphins on our
I think one of the most unique features of this island, of this resort, is how much has gone into creating a balance between man's presence on this island and maintaining the maritime forest. This is a barrier island, so there's a number of different species here that you don't see other places, and I think it's been a real effort to make sure that we interact together well. We have a nature department that'll take you around the island and show you all the different kinds of birds. There's alligators, snakes. It is a very unusual place that we're proud of, the fact that we can offer what we do at the resort and still maintain a positive relationship with the environment.
Folks, there isn't a stoplight. 10, 15 miles as opposed to stoplight?
There are very
correct?
few street lights too.
Oh my goodness, the picturesque dune, 10 miles behind us, a pristine beach, the lagoons, just the brackish ponds where the ecosystem is just on display for you and the kids.
That's exactly right, and it's an experience when you take the golf course, the 5 golf courses, and you get all those different experiences. Then you go out and you do a kayak trip, or you do the strand feeding, a special thing that dolphins do where they herd fish to a spot and then feed there. All of those are things that you see here that you don't see many other places. And certainly the ocean course, as a golf course, is one of only a few golf courses in this country that have oceanside holes. It's got the most oceanside holes in the country. So
Or North America.
In North America,
right.
that's right. So it's a very special place. I'm proud to have the opportunity to be here and be a part of the community. And this community is also a very giving community. They do a lot with the local charities and so forth. So this is I hate to say, it's a very positive place. It sounds like a marketing statement, but in reality, it's what life is here.
And again, folks, Ocean Course, site of the 91 Ryder Cup, the War by the Shore. And then the PGA was just here in 12.
It was.
And it's coming back in 21.
2021.
Congratulations.
And we call it the Dyslexic PGA Championship. And we're looking forward to it because in 12 we had an opportunity to really showcase the golf course for the first time, and it was the feedback we got from the players about the overall conditions and the quality of the challenge. We're looking forward to doing it again and improve those things that we can improve and make sure that the people, the 30,000 people that came here every day will have another great experience. Have activities for them together. So,
And it's also okay for the kids to get muddy.
it's okay to get muddy, it's okay to yell, it's okay to have fun, to jump around in the pool. It's all good.
The uniqueness of
You're a big kid.
Kiawah. The uniqueness of this place. Roger, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you very much.
Really
Good
appreciate it.
to see you guys too.
All right,
Hope you
thank you.
continue to enjoy your time.
Thank you,
We're
sir.
looking forward to 2021. So
There you go. Thank you.
And we're here today with Roy Barth down at the Kiawah Plantation Resort Tennis Center. Fortunately to be named Roy Barth Tennis Center. You were fortunate to find that place. Hey, Deal. Congratulations and
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you very much. And pleasure to be here.
Well, we appreciate having Roy here. In the background, you're going to see his son teaching today. You've been here, I understand you've been here quite a while. How old was he when you came?
He was 6 months old, 39 and a half years ago.
39 and a half years, isn't that amazing?
So he's 40 years old now. So yeah, he was 6 months old.
And you've been here since 1976?
May 1st was a grand opening, and my wife and I moved down from Indianapolis a month before to find a place to live. And took a chance, big chance.
Yeah. Well, you moved from warm weather, you're UCLA?
I was based out of Southern California on the pro tour for 8 years. We traveled all over the world, and then Jonathan was born in the middle of it, and we decided it's time to get off the tour, and we came here. Start a whole new life.
What? And I like to hear, because I have a little bit more golf than tennis, my background. Where's the famous your favorite place to play when you're on tour?
Probably. I played my best tennis at Forest Hills in New York for the U.S. Open because of the surface of grass. In grass, the ball bounces very low, and you have to go to net and volley. And my best part of my game was volley. So I love to play on grass at the U.S. to develop, no doubt about that.
What the Williams girls are doing and the twins and doubles today is just incredible.
Unbelievable.
We appreciate it. Thanks,
Well, my
Roy.
pleasure.
I really enjoyed meeting you, and an icon of the world of tennis here at Kiawah Island, Roy Barth.
Let's start off this way.
So here we are at the lovely Sanctuary Spa in Kiawah Island Golf Resort, and we're here with Miss Peggy, who I hear you're like the resident massage specialist, and also possibly their most knowledgeable spokesperson. It's got this whole Southern hospitality charm feel to it, like the brickwork and all that. It's
Well, you know, that's actually our goal. Part of what we represent here is we're actually a great southern seaside mansion, and that's really what everything that you see is involved. For example, we're standing here in the garden pathway. This is actually taken as an element of Charleston. If you've ever been in downtown Charleston,
Absolutely.
they have lovely gardens that are tucked away. And so what we do is we allow people to transition from the real world into spa world, where you're at the sanctuary and you are there to be renewed, rescued, and revived. And that's what we do.
Awesome. Well, and I also understand a lot of what you use here is a lot of like organic and natural products. So when you talk about that restoration and being revived, tell me a little bit about that. So what's your kind of some of your feature things that you do?
Absolutely. We have a number of fantastic services. We do use products that are derived from the ocean as a seaside resort. We felt that was a good representation of who we are. It's the Osea product line, and it is fantastic. It's anti-aging. We use minerals from the ocean. We actually even use their Gigartina seaweed gel, which is from Patagonia. Now, for those of us of a certain age, that's very important because not only do we say anti-aging, these products actually help to prevent the breakdown of hyaluronic acid. They actually promote collagen promotion, which, if you know, that gives us nice plumpness.
Oh, absolutely. Gives you that, keeps that firmness.
Absolutely. And the beautiful thing is it's all natural. It's derived from the ocean. There's no chemicals that we're not damaging. The way that they are harvested isn't damaging the environment at all. So it's a great way to be able to provide a service that really is
So Jonathan Banta, here we are at the beautiful Kiawah Golf Resort, and I understand you looks like you're making some marvelous food here, but first off, you are the head chef of the Atlantic Room and also the Ryder Cup bar here on the beautiful ocean course here in Kiawah Island. It's been a fantastic trip so far, and I'm looking at some of this food, and it's early in the morning, and I'm thinking, what do you got going on here?
So we started to look around and see what we weren't offering our guests, and trying to make their experience about as great as it possibly could. And one of the things that we looked at is that we didn't serve breakfast to the golfers when they came out in the morning. They could get some stuff out of the snack shop, but when they came in, it was just there was nothing offered.
They wanted
inside
some food foods.
So we decided that we were going to do it as good as we possibly could. So we did a lot of research and development, and we found a local farmer who's right off of the island. He brings us eggs 3 times a week. So they're beautiful, farm fresh. They're different color, different flavor. So we try and give the guests the best of the best we can do here. So I'm French classically trained, so I was going to prepare you a little fine or boblin. That sounds good to you.
That would be fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
It's the little things, like those are the perfect things. Sometimes you see the farm to table and it's not the best. We want to serve our guests the best product that we possibly can. So if the beets are coming from Georgia or North Carolina, I wanted to serve them the best and something that's not as great. But
right.
As much as we possibly can, we do source the product. And it's a thorough source. So.
Well, clearly from the people I've seen around here all weekend long, you must be doing a fantastic job. And I've had the opportunity to try some of your delicious food. You didn't even know it, but it was delicious. It was wonderful, and pleasure to just meet you and hear about what you do back here. And we hopefully look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
Appreciate
good
it.
to see you.
Along this stretch of South Carolina coastline, a one-of-a-kind site and a world-famous designer were destined to meet. The ocean, dunes and saltwater marshes inspired Pete Dye to do his finest work.
When I saw this land, I walked up and down the beach line, and of course my imagination got carried away. I thought I'd give up my life to build on this golf course.
I'm a big fan of the ocean golf course. I love it.
Dye also took his inspiration from a trusted partner.
And Alice, my bride, she kept saying, "You've got to be able to see the ocean from every hole." So we elevated a lot of the fairways so you could see the ocean.
These vistas would be the backdrop for one of the greatest matches in history. The challenge began when the PGA of America made an unprecedented decision to select a 1991 Ryder Cup venue that had no golf course. Pete Dye was selected to create the Ocean Course specifically for the 1991 Ryder Cup. Designing one of golf's most exciting and demanding tests was a daunting task, and Dye worked night and day to have it ready.
Pete Dye did a marvelous job in a very difficult golf course that could host a major championship like the PGA. If the wind comes up, it's as good a test as you could ever have.
And the true test of this wind-swept masterpiece would soon be revealed to the world.
Gave all of 91, imparted 90 to the fact of going around the country speaking on behalf of the PGA of America and explained to people what the Ryder Cup was about. My goal was I wanted to make the sporting event that it should be.
The fact that you had, at that point in time, U.S. Ryder Cup team had lost the Ryder Cup more often times than they had won it, I think there was enough pressure on all of us. Each player, each team member had his own pride at stake.
91 was really the brutal one. You know, that was really the one that, I guess, spurred everywhere. You know, the war on the shore, the whole atmosphere that was going on in America at the time, and it came here, and plus Europe had been doing well, and it was, time for America to get the cup back again. So it was, it was a brutal week.
Against this backdrop, the suddenly dominant Europeans arrived to face a collection of men galvanized by patriotism. The matches were electric, and when a fog delay on Saturday pushed play into the early evening hours without commercial interruption, America was fed its first real taste of the intensity the golf world had known about for years. It came down to the last hole of the last match.
Irwin played first, knowing that an up and down would likely be enough to secure the cup.
He's hooded the sand wedge, and it's going to be well short.
That was not a good shot. But his poor chip gave the advantage back to Longer, who still had a chance to birdie the hole and win the match.
It'll scoot on by about 6 feet.
I'll tell you, he's got the putt he does not want to have.
When Irwin missed his lengthy par putt, the Ryder Cup was in the hands of Bernhard Langer.
Five is conceded. He gave me the putt, which, thankful.
And we all gasped. We thought, what the hell are you doing?
So it all comes down, 3 days of competition, to this putt. If he sinks it for the 4, he wins the match, point for Europe, 14-14 tie, they retain the cup.
The amount of tension you could have cut with a knife.
I am physically shaking like this.
I didn't even know what to think. I was so nervous watching, and besides thinking I'm glad it wasn't me.
I'm looking at the 6-footer. There were 2 big spike marks, about the size of this, next to each other, and they were exactly on the left edge. So it might be better to just try and miss them on the right side. So putt it a little straighter, and hopefully it won't break.
20,000 people out here, and not a sound right now.
The United States wins the Ryder Cup.
Thrilling tournament action, legendary players, the attention of the world, and accolades for Pete Dye. The Ryder Cup was a stunning debut for the Ocean Course, but it was just the beginning of epic events and masterful updates by Dye, who in 1997 made changes to suit the average player. It still challenged the pros in tournaments to come. Ireland claimed the World Cup in 1997 with the victorious team of Padraig Harrington and Paul McGinley, testing their skills on the Ocean Course. In 2002 and 2003, Pete Dye was back again, fine-tuning the ocean course with architectural changes by moving the 18th green out to the last dune by the Atlantic. This created one of the world's most dramatic finishing holes and a memorable backdrop for 2003 World Cup victors Rory Sabatini and Trevor Immelman. In 2005 at Kiawah, Illinois PGA professional Mike Small shot a final round 69 in rain and formidable winds on the ocean course to win the first of his 3 PGA Club Pro Championships. Dennis Watson's surprising come-from-behind victory at the ocean course made the Zimbabwean the first international competitor to win the Senior PGA Championship since South African great Gary Player in 1990.
2007 Senior PGA Champion with a low round of the day, a 68.
Once again, the ocean course was selected to host one of the most important championships in golf, the 94th PGA Championship. It would be an unprecedented event.
I like what this golf course has. It's just a wonderful piece of property. This is a course that you must drive the ball straight and long and well.
It's a very demanding course, precise golf course where you got to keep it in play and wait for your birdies.
I think the greens are some of the purest greens we put on all year. And I said it to JP, I said it to my dad, I said it to my whole team. Something about this just feels right.
I think it's going to be a great test. I think they're going to make us work.
We've got such a great depth of field here.
99 of the top 100 is a great championship. Or 102 of the top 103 in the world. It is designed by Pete Dye.
And these greens, ladies and gentlemen, past Palm, I dare you to find a ball mark. Beautiful color.
This golf course has softened, and I think it's evolved into a tremendous test of golf.
This is for the all-time margin of victory in PGA Championship history.
Can it be? Yes! The new ruler of the game of golf is Rory McIlroy.
What a display today on a major Sunday afternoon.
McIlroy's victory was a triumph, and the ocean course earned honours as only the 4th course to host every major PGA of America championship. Today, with finishing strokes from the master who crafted it, the ocean course has matured magnificently. Every golfer, from top pro to weekend player, is awed by the course Golf Digest calls the toughest in America. Yet it's a toughness that thrills, a challenge that reveals the true spirit of the game. When you walk off that 18th green, you understand Pete Dye's genius, and you know, really know, what the legends have conquered.
You know, you can have a great golf hole and it could be in Missouri or Indiana, but if you have the Atlantic Ocean and the next thing out of bounds is Spain, that's pretty good.
Us now on Where to Play Golf Eco Style. We're at the world famous Ocean Course in Kiawah Island Resort, and Jeff Stone is the superintendent here at the Ocean Course. And Jeff, welcome to Where to Play Golf. Hey, this isn't a bad office.
Well, thank you guys for having me on this morning, and it's a great office.
It's a great office, and we were talking about the ecology of the golf course here and how it's changing all the time. It's just the ebb and flow and the ups and downs of all these bunkers. And tell us about that.
Well, that's one thing that you got with a golf course. It's, we're right on the beach. We're basically a golf course that's situated on a sandbar. So, we have a lot of influx from Mother Nature with the winds and the tides and the storms and stuff like that. So it's a golf course that really changes from day to day.
Well, that's the state of a barrier island. It's dynamic. It's always moving and changing. And I was speaking with the good folks at Kiawah Conservancy just recently, and they said of all similar developments in a delicate system like we have here in Kiawah around our great country, Kiawah has the highest percentage of habitat left in its natural state. So in other words, you don't have to do anything.
It's Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic Park. So I always tease with the guys. I said, the golfers come out and they say, "What do you expect to see out here?" I said, "Well, you're going to see all of the bird life,
Right.
alligators, reptiles, and that's kind of why we go to a walking golf course in the morning, so the golfers can experience the environment we got. Because we don't want somebody to hop in a golf cart and try to rush and play
Right.
18 holes. We want them to experience the whole environment that the golfers play.
Well, some have said the new green is brown, but not here at Kiawah and your ocean course with this beautiful green paspalum, and you had a big part of putting that in here.
Well, 3 feet of rain in the last month has really helped us stay green. But we brought the paspalum in 2003. We're a golf course that has a lot of salt air and salt movement stuff, and paspalum was actually discovered a little bit north of here on Sullivan's Island. And Dr. Ron Duncan did a lot of work with it at UGA. And we were fortunate enough to put it here in 2003 when we converted the greens.
Wow.
It's done fantastic.
And it's done really well.
It really has.
Now, what other kind of unique maintenance issues do you come up with here on this particular course as opposed to other courses?
Really, it's just water management for the golf course. Really trying to watch the environment that we work in. Part of the reason we have paspalum is because it's utilization of less nitrogen. We're probably about a third of what Bermuda grasses and some of the other southern grasses use. So that's one of the reasons. It's just a golf course that's always changing. So, you have to be very flexible in your management.
Yeah, water is the issue in golf. And when this was put together by Pete Dye and Alice, let's not forget Alice, she was responsible for bumping this up and exposing us all to the wind more because she wanted views of the ocean here. Right. Water was just becoming an issue, but they did something interesting here to collect that water and reserve it.
Right. All of the fairways and stuff are pretty much cut. So all of the irrigation that we put out on the golf course, we try to really minimize the amount of overspray off of the turf areas. So it catches a lot of the irrigation that we put out on the golf course, runs back to a central drainage system, and then that runoff goes back to our irrigation ponds, and we're able to reuse it.
Speaking of this being like Jurassic Park, you've got some good-sized alligators out there too, don't you? I think just one or two, yeah.
Let me tell you,
or are those just props?
No, they're real. Real. We have nobody likes to go and get the gator balls, so we have a huge number of gator balls in all of our ponds. So they protect those.
And two distinct nines there. The front nine, you got the towering palmettos and the bluffs and so forth. But back nines predominantly are these gorgeous, picturesque dunes. Does that affect how you maintain each side of the golf course?
Not very much. You do have some of the oak trees and stuff on the front nine that does block some of the wind and stuff, but the back nine does tend to be more open. It's more susceptible to the wind and stuff. But as far as management styles, they're both pretty much the same. I mean, they both act the same for the most part.
How is the wind to deal with? You were telling us before that every once in a while the sprinklers can go on and none of the water ever hits the fairway. It's just blowing off.
Right. Well, we basically, the golf course runs east and west. Predominantly the winds.
We know. Thanks, Pete.
And so the wind's going to blow either out of the north or the south. So we'll really watch the wind play. And, like today, the wind's blowing heavily out of the north. So we're only going to run irrigation on the northern side of the golf course. So if the north side of the fairways, that's what we run. So we basically split up our irrigation to manage which way the wind's blowing, so we're not just wasting water.
Yeah, that's unique.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a pleasure being here, and it's a pleasure having you on. And this is one of the world's most famous golf courses. It's in great shape. Keep it that way.
Well, guys, thank y'all for coming out, and hope to see you out playing some golf.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
All right, take care. Thank you, fellas.
All right. Welcome back to Where to Play Golf Eco Style. We're at the 19th hole. Tim, it doesn't get any better than this.
When you're in a beautiful natural environment like that, there's something energizing about this, about being here. And we've got Chef here to give us some fuel.
That's right. We are at the 19th hole, Ryder Cup Bar, on the world famous ocean course at Kiawah Island, South Carolina. We've got Chef Jonathan Banta here, and Chef, it's great to have you here.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
What a beautiful setting. I've been told that this may be some consider this the best 19th hole in all of golf.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. There's not too many places in the world that you can, sit in one chair and watch the sun rise, and then sit in that same chair a little bit later and watch the sun set. So you know, you have the beautiful panoramic views of the 18th hole, the Atlantic Ocean's right there. So it's a pretty special place.
And overlooking the 18th hole, 18th green on the ocean course.
That's
I mean,
right.
it doesn't get much better. The War by the Shore, way back
right.
there, you just had the...
Yeah, they ran Dave Stockton and dumped him in the ocean right there. That was baptism.
What a beautiful end of the island as well. So many layers and textures to this end of the island.
Sure.
The front nine's over yonder in the oaks, and we've got the links of the back over here. Just beautiful setting.
How about a signature drink for the bar?
Well, signature drink is definitely our $1 Million Margarita.
$1 Million margarita.
So
wow.
the question that we ask is, have you ever held $1 million in your hand before? And the answer is usually no. So the $1 Million Margarita has a little family small tequila, single reserva, little fresh squeezed lime juice, the 100th anniversary Grand Marnier.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So it's a pretty special drink. It doesn't cost $1 million. But congrats and things like that. That's
Right.
Wonderful.
How about a steakhouse?
And
You
then
got
the
a
Ocean
great...
Room, you know, the only 4-star steakhouse in the United States. It's a great restaurant. So it overlooks the ocean as well. Looks over the courtyard at the sanctuary, which is one of the most special places on earth. So
Sounds like coming here for spend a week.
Yes.
You've got 5 golf courses, you got all the restaurants.
Well, it's a community down here. The families, they have specials for the families and every night down here.
That's it. So we're family friendly, we're golf group friendly, and we're the local businesses and international businesses. We have a little bit of everything for everybody. So.
Well, Chef, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Great to
forward
meet
to
y'all.
holding on to $1 million cocktail very soon.
Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We are back on Where to Play Golf. I'm Michael Stewart, along with Tim Bowen, our Where to Play Golf travel correspondent. And joining us now is Gene Latham from Global Eco Traveling.
Hi,
Again,
Michael.
great to have you sitting
Hey,
in
Mike,
here.
slow down, relax.
Yeah.
We're at the sanctuary here. You
Let's
seem a
take a-
little,
yeah,
This is like
take a few rocks,
rocking.
man. An opening was a little
too much.
No, let's keep going. We're good.
Well, I wanted to in this segment. I want to talk about we were out this morning on a kayak tour and a dolphin tour. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
You know what, Mike, I gotta say, this morning was probably one of the most fantastic experiences. If you've never been in South Carolina before, and particularly Kiawah Island, you're gonna have an experience that is beyond belief. We saw, how many dolphins did we see? Probably 15 dolphins.
Over and over again.
They were doing
incredible.
some babies, and we saw them doing some teaming things where they were like pushing the fish up on the shore. Nature galore, and then just were able to do a nice little kayak tour on top of it all. And we ran into some interesting stuff that I don't know, maybe you can refer to or explain a little bit better, Michael. This fluff stuff that they're talking about.
Mike
what
got
is that?
Fluffed. Like fluff, yeah.
Mike got fluffed
it's
this
very
morning.
eco. They on the tour they told us all about the eco-friendliness of the mud and the vegetation there, and how everything is it's all a circle of life. Everything is
And even the grasses
intertwined.
in the beach we're not allowed to pick up because that's the rebar for the future dunes. Just leave the grass there as it goes dormant.
Right.
But the soil is the mud you put on your face as a protectant and get the red at the spa here too.
And I have to say, you look 10 years
Did I
younger
look
than
10
you
years
did
younger?
earlier
Yeah.
this morning. Yeah. So yeah, and that's actually a good point also. They have an amazing spa here. It's called Sanctuary Spa, and I don't know if you guys have had the opportunity to visit it yet.
I wanted a woman's perspective of the Sanctuary
I was
Spa.
there yesterday, and I'm just telling you, the service is beyond belief. Totally zen feel to it, calm, simple. We met with a gal named Peggy who was completely just great information regarding the level of services.
Right.
She actually was sharing with us some of the people that she sees in here, and even though this is a golf resort, we tend to see a lot of spouses, a lot of families, and a lot of girl getaways. So there's a lot of things for the ladies to do. Not that they don't go up
The
as
women
well.
on the bike yesterday.
Yeah.
We stopped to ask them directions. She's like, we know we need directions from you. So we had a nice in the middle of the street.
We had a little powwow.
3 ladies on the bike, and we got them stirred, and we got stirred properly. It was beautiful.
That's great. Great place for like you said, for golf, and the women that golf too. I mean, the courses are set up. Tim and I were out on the courses, and they're pretty much set up for any golfer of all levels, even the kids. Yeah, they got great programs here for that.
Or even the for the children, I saw that as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's this amazing all-around resort. Anybody can come here, have a great time. The nature is incredible.
I woke up to crickets this morning and surf. That was all I heard.
Where are you staying?
Just down the block from your villa, but close enough that we can hear the ocean in the morning.
That's all right. We actually had an alligator that was laying in a pond behind our. We could see it out our bedroom window when we got in here too.
Really?
So yeah, a lot of wildlife. I haven't seen a lot of alligators, but I understand that there's a
they're
few
around.
around here.
They're
and
around,
some of the ponds as well. So.
They're around. I can't wait to get out there and see some more.
So we're gonna do a little golfing today.
We're headed for the ocean course.
We're gonna do a little.
Is the old Scot?
The old Scot.
Gonna be on hand.
I think he.
Is he playing today?
I think he came over from Scotland.
Did he?
Yeah.
I've heard about the old Scot. I can't wait to see him.
Yeah. Well.
Is he?
He's a character. Yeah.
He is. I'm sure he is.
You wait.
All right. Well, what do you think? Let's go take a trip to the ocean course.
All right.